writing a mixed number as an improper fraction. All right, so a mixed number is a number that's written as a whole number part and a fractional part. Most of the time you see this with recipes when you're cooking, so you might see 1.5 cups of flour. So that means you need 1 cup of flour plus an additional 1/2 cup of flour. That means it's really the same as saying 1 plus 1/2, right? You're adding 1 cup, you're adding another 1/2 cup. We want to write this as an improper fraction. An improper fraction is not a fraction that is improper. It just means that the numerator part is bigger than the denominator part. So there's nothing wrong with improper fractions. We love when you leave your answer as an improper fraction. It's a lot easier to read. But something like 12 over 7 is an improper fraction because 12 is bigger than 7. 2 over 7 is not an improper fraction. It's considered a proper fraction because 2 is less than 7. The semantics of it aren't really that important. Don't get yourself all caught up in that. But that's just what an improper fraction is. So 1 and 1/7 can be written in a different way. It could be written as 1 plus 1/7. If we want to add together a whole number and a fraction, we need to make common denominators. So 1 is the same as 1 over 1 plus 1 over 7. The common denominator for 1 and 7 is going to be 7 itself. So we want to multiply 1 by something in order to get to 7, and that would be 7. So we need to multiply by 7 to get 7 as the denominator for the 1 part, plus we're adding 1 over 7. 1 times 7 is 7, so we have 7 over 7 plus 1 over 7. Now that the denominators are the same, we can go ahead and add across on the top, but not on the bottom. Leave the denominator the same. So we have 7 plus 1 over 7, which is 8 over 7. And that is an improper fraction because the numerator part is bigger than the denominator part. Now I'm going to give you a little bit of a shortcut for doing this. It doesn't need to be this long of a process. The way that I like to think about it is you're taking, so let's look at 1 and 1/7. The denominator part gets left alone. So notice in our improper fraction, we still have a 7 down below. So there was going to be a 7 down here. And then what you do, you multiply the whole number and the denominator, and then you add what's left over here. So 1 times 7 is 7, and then you add 1 from right here. And that's going to give you 8 over 7. Let's go ahead and do a few examples to make sure we have the hang of it. So write 3 2/5 as an improper fraction. We're going to go ahead and use the shortcut. So we have 3 2/5. I'm going to leave the denominator the same. So the denominator was 5 here. The 5 will remain in the denominator. For the numerator, we are multiplying the whole number and the denominator, and then we add this remainder up here, this numerator part of the fraction part. So we have 3 times 5 plus 2. 3 times 5 is 15, plus 2 all over 5. That's 17 over 5, and that is 3 2/5 written as an improper fraction. Let's do one more example. We have 2 5/6. We want to write this as an improper fraction. All right, the denominator stays 6. 2 times 6 is 12. And then you're adding the 5. 12 plus 5 is 17 over 6. And that is 2 5/6 written as an improper fraction. So just remember, you're leaving the denominator the same, then you multiply the whole number part and the denominator, and add the numerator part. There you go, you got yourself an improper fraction.